This video we're going to take a look at a really nice, very small, but very, very capable little light from Olight. It's the i3e EOS. Coming up on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me. So the folks at Olight were kind enough to send me one of their i3e EOS little mini EDC flashlights so I can show it to you. And I got to tell you, I've been playing with this thing. I really, really like it. It's only just a little bit bigger than a AAA battery. I mean, it's very, very tiny. There's some things about this I really, really like, so let's get right to it. First of all, this is the black version. This thing comes in several colors. The black one is 90 lumens, and if you want a little brighter one, you can get the silver one, and it is 120 lumens. But 90 lumens is pretty bright for a little small, you know, kind of everyday use light. And so it's very, very simple. The way you operate it is you just basically turn it on and off. I like that. There's no other modes, nothing to cycle through. You got 90 lumens of light. And I can tell you, we'll show you this at night, but the spot on this thing is just really very, very usable. It's got a great mix between spot and spread. It just throws a very nice, even pattern of light. I like that. You know, I'll say it like this. I'm at the age right now where dim stuff does not work well for me. So I use a little light like this a lot, and maybe in situations that somebody a lot younger than me might not need a light, but it just seems to make my life a lot easier to have a light in my pocket that I can shine in a dim area or whatever to see what I need to see. So, and as a plumber, sometimes I need to see in dim areas anyway, so it's very, very helpful for me to have a little light like this that I can just reach in my pocket and grab. Now it's got a keychain loop on it, but I probably will not put it on a keychain. I keep it in my pocket. I like that. I kind of like the fact that at least for an in your pocket light, instead of having a push button, it is a twist, because it's a lot easier to accidentally hit a push button on and off than it is a twist. And this thing is IPX8 waterproof, and it's 1.5 meter drop resistant. What I thought we'd do is we'll go ahead and drop it a couple times. We'll take it swimming and we'll let it get dark. Okay, can you see me here? I'm at the high-tech impact testing facility here, and what we'll do is just turn it on. 1.5 meters, about right here. We'll just drop it a couple times. There's one. There's two. We'll go for three. There's three. As you can see, it's working just fine. I had no doubts. I mean, this is just like you can tell just from feeling it's a nice solid little light. See, it's still working, and actually it only dinged it up just a little bit, so it's pretty tough coating there too. So let's go swimming. Okay, so we'll just turn it on and we'll just let her go swimming. It's about 7:25 or so we'll give it about 30 minutes. It is now 8 o'clock, and you can see it is still working there. And you can see the light still works just fine. So it's not quite dark yet. We're going to let it get good and dark, and we'll see how well this does some of that flashlight stuff. By the way, I forgot to tell you, this i3e EOS uses a Luxeon TX LED. Okay, so here we are about 8-9 feet from the camera, and as we pan outward and we go up a little bit, trying to get out to the distance, you can see that yellow slide out there is probably about 50 feet from me. And it looks a lot better in person than it does on camera here, but it's really not the purpose for this little light. It's not really for distance. It's more for just general purpose work. And I really like the fact that the beam on this thing is extremely smooth and clear, and it doesn't have a really pronounced spotting or anything. It just does a great job of lighting up a general area. Let me flip you around and take a look at the closer area. Okay, so here's a little outdoor area with a bench and table and stuff, and you can see that it does just an excellent job of lighting up this area. And that bench is probably about 10 feet from me, and just very, very nice, very good job. So for a handy little light, this really does an excellent job of putting a nice compromise between a flood and a spot. Okay, well that's all the performance stuff for the Olight i3e EOS little single AAA EDC style flashlight. Keychain flashlight, pocket flashlight, whatever you want to call it. Again, this one is 90 lumens. You can get the silver one that has 120 lumens, but just a very nice pattern of light. I was really surprised that it was able to show up at about 50-60 feet, the slide out there on camera, because my camera doesn't usually pick that stuff up very well. And one thing I really like about this little light, well, a couple things, but one thing I really like is that it's just a single level of light. So there's no fiddling around trying to get the level you want. It's 90 lumens. It's very adequate for most everyday use, and exactly what I'm going to use a little pocket flashlight like this for. Another thing I really like about this little light is the light pattern it throws out. I did not notice any really hot spot in it. It's just like a very broad, even pattern of light that is bright enough to see what you need to see, but it doesn't have any spots that are going to that you got to fill around to try to find the right spot in the light pattern. You just turn it on, and you got a nice even light. So if you're looking for a really very tiny, little, very capable pocket or keychain flashlight, you might want to check out the i3e EOS from the folks at Olight. Once again, thanks to the folks at Olight for sending me this so I can show it to you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking that thumbs up. Thanks for sharing this video. And thank you so much for doing all your Amazon shopping through the Survival on Purpose links. I really appreciate the support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident. So be prepared. I'll see you next time. Do the grass. Oh man, I messed up my camera. Well, if you focus on this thing, this camera's not focusing really well. But it works so simple.